On the morning of the 26th of December 2004, Sri Lanka awoke to what seemed like an ordinary day. The sun rose over the lush coastline, and the country's famous Queen of the Sea express train, also known as train number 50, departed from Colombo Fort Station around 6:50 a.m. It was a holiday, and the train was filled far beyond capacity. Designed to hold about 1,100 passengers, it carried over 1,500 paying passengers, with hundreds more riding without tickets. Families, workers and tourists all crammed into the carriages, many eager to enjoy the beautiful southwestern coast on Boxing Day. But far away beneath the Indian Ocean, a massive 9.1 magnitude undersea earthquake had just struck off the coast of Sumatra. It unleashed one of the most destructive natural disasters in modern history, the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. As colossal waves raced across the ocean at jet-like speeds, Sri Lanka had no tsunami early warning system. The country's only seismic station detected the earthquake, but wrongly assumed that Sri Lanka would be safe. No official warnings were broadcast, and no trains were halted. Life continued as normal. By 9:30 a.m., the Queen of the Sea reached Peraliya, a small village near Galle, just 200 metres from the shoreline. That's when the first towering wall of water struck. It flooded the tracks and surged around the train, forcing it to an abrupt halt. Passengers panicked. Some believed the safest place was inside the train, while others climbed onto the roof, desperate to escape the rising water. But within minutes, the second wave arrived, and it was far larger, far deadlier. This wall of water, estimated at 7 to 10 metres high, smashed into the train with unimaginable force. 8 carriages and the 2 locomotives were ripped from the tracks, hurled into nearby houses and palm trees. The steel carriages were crushed like tin cans, and entire sections of the train were submerged underwater within seconds. Most passengers never stood a chance. The aftermath was catastrophic. The Sri Lanka tsunami train disaster became the world's deadliest railway accident. Out of an estimated 1,700 people on board, only about 150 survived. Hundreds of bodies were swept out to sea, while others were trapped in the wreckage. Rescue efforts were slow and chaotic. The surrounding villages were also devastated, roads destroyed, and emergency services overwhelmed. Survivors recalled clinging to palm trees, debris, or each other as the water receded, leaving behind a landscape of ruin. Could this tragedy have been avoided? In many ways, yes. Sri Lanka had no effective early warning system and no evacuation protocols at the time. Even though the earthquake was detected, the lack of understanding about tsunamis meant that no urgent messages were sent to coastal communities or to the railways. Had there been a coordinated warning network, the train could have been stopped and thousands of lives could have been saved. In the years since, Sri Lanka and neighbouring countries have invested heavily in tsunami early warning systems and public education programs to prevent such large-scale losses of life in the future. Despite the unimaginable devastation, the disaster inspired acts of remembrance and resilience. One of the train's locomotives, number 591, Manitoba, was salvaged, repaired, and returned to service, now decorated with a wave motif as a moving memorial. Each year, on the 26th of December, special ceremonies are held in Peraliya to honour the victims, with survivors, families, and railway staff gathering to pay their respects. The tragedy has become a solemn reminder of the power of nature and the importance of preparedness. The Sri Lanka tsunami train disaster of 2004 is not just a story of loss. It's a warning to us all about the need for vigilance, awareness, and respect for the forces we cannot control. Today, better systems are in place, but the memory of that day lives on in the hearts of Sri Lankans and railway enthusiasts worldwide. Thank you for watching this tribute to the victims of the Sri Lanka tsunami train disaster. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so we can continue exploring powerful stories from railway history and beyond.